Hey, good evening. So tonight I'm going to try to put together some of these Necrons. I have some bigger kits to do, but I kind of want to get the little ones out of the way first. Because they're fun, you know. Let's see. Get situated here. Alright. Yeah, I should do this one first. Cryptek looks cool. I forgot. Oh, what's going on? Why is that not working? There, maybe that's working. There we go. Sorry guys. Still getting used to the setup. I think we're set now. Cool. Oh hey Curses, how you doing, man? Let's come do these Necrons tonight. Let me get the instructions out of here. What are you up to? Anything cool? Put him over here. This guy looks kind of cool. He has a Spydor. Hey Sentai, how's it going? Let's see what I gotta get out here. Should probably just cut everything up. Oh yeah? Why aren't you going to? Or are you going to sleep soon? But Kriegsmen are cool. You looking forward to the new box? Oh, nice. Wow. Oh, start collecting. What comes in the start collecting? I'm not familiar with that. I'll turn my music down a little bit. A little loud. Okay. I remember the Combat Patrol came with a whole bunch of speeder bikes. I don't know what comes in the start collecting box. Let's see. I need the mouth, which is this here, 6. Oh, that's a good price, $90. I am envious. Farseer, Wraithguard. Oh, Walker. Oh, that's really good. Because I was looking to get some Wraithguard myself. That's so good for $90, man. I mean, multiple Farseers you don't really need, but I bet you could trade them for something. But having a bunch of Wraithguard is always good. Those things are stalwart, very strong. They'll hold the line. Are you going to make them as the melee or the ranged? Because I heard some arguments with some, yeah, 500 points, that's good. But I heard some arguments that, excuse me, even the ranged Wraithguard are pretty decent in melee. With the right stratagems or something. I haven't played Eldar yet in 10th edition. There. But did you just get them from a local game store? Because if there's some sort of deal online, dude, hook me up. Because I could use that sort of bargain. I mean, not like I don't have enough to paint already, but I've always wanted to get a bunch of Wraith guys. Yeah. I think the range is a better option overall. But there's something to be said about getting the ones where they have shields, I think, or something. Oh, hold on, excuse me a second. Excuse me. Got to sneeze. Oh, a bid. Very cool. Oh, you got them off Whatnot? Yeah. That's good. I really should start doing that, paying more attention to people's reselling. Well, it looks like you've got a lot of stuff to do now. I was looking and, oh, let's see. Huh, that's good. It kind of averaged out then. That's very good. I was actually thinking of the price for the Augustus box set with all the Desolation Marines is down to about 150 bucks on Amazon. I was thinking, oh, you know, it's like always I could use more heavy intercessors, could use another dread, Another character model is cool, but I don't really want the Desolation Marines. But then I was like, well, what kind of customizing can you do with them? You know, I was like, so that I was thinking might be kind of cool if you could come up with a good kit bash thing for the Desolation Marines. So I was looking at YouTube and saw some options. So I might end up doing something like that. And yeah, that's a lot of money. A lot of miniatures. Where am I? Okay. Oh, I was using the wrong piece. Yeah, they're kind of getting away from that with combat patrols now. It's more just figures and less any sort of vehicles. There we go. But there you have 3 Wraith Lords. I mean, that's instantly a strong core of stuff. Let's do a dry fit here. Is that how that goes? Yeah, that's how that goes. I don't know, I mean, Bright Lances, I mean, that's usually the thing, is because the main thing they fear are things with bigger guns that can kill them. And I always figured that you need to get something to counter that. So maybe a couple of Bright Lances, and you've got 3, and then maybe 1 with a scatter laser, something like that. Because there's not that many that will want to go into hand-to-hand with them willingly, unless they're hugely focused on hand-to-hand, like a group of Blood Angels or something. Excuse me. Let's see. At least that would be my thinking. Alright, now we gotta get all the legs. I like that it has a little diagram for all the legs. I should do all this number 7s first. Get those squared away so I don't get them confused. Ghost Glaives, Bright Lances. What's the option besides Shuriken Catapult? Like their Melta option? I don't know, I kind of would lean to Shuriken Catapult because I always feel like armor should have some small element of anti-personnel. But that's mainly just for thematic reasons. I don't know how that plays out. Eldar Flamer, yeah. Well, how good is the Eldari Flamer? It's just a regular Flamer, isn't it? I mean, not really worth using for Overwatch. So yeah, I'd be leaning more towards the shuriken catapult. Maybe if it was a heavy flamer or something. Well, you know, I should probably lift the camera slightly so it actually focuses on what I'm doing. Maybe a little bit down. That's a little bit with that. Yeah. Then I'd probably lean towards a shuriken catapult. I mean, that's not a staggeringly great choice either. It's not a clear difference between the two, but... I think having more range is a good thing. Stay there, buddy. This one's not sticking for some reason. Stay. Alright, now we need the two number 8s. And then we need 9 and 10 for the body. Yeah. Just a support weapon. It's not going to be winning you any battles. Let's see. I mean, you could magnetize it if you're feeling ambitious. You have that option. But it doesn't seem like it would be a game breaker. And if it ever became like an issue, you could always say, hey, is it alright if these counts as, you know, flamethrowers? What do you mean, in a good way or a bad way? I thought the sword is pretty cool. They don't have a shield option, do they? Yeah, sword is great. I've magnetized I've got a 3D proxy Eldar Knight, and I magnetized its arms because I really could not think like, oh man, I really like it if it has, you know, an invuln and save and a sword. But then I also like the version where it has 2 long range, you know, blasters. And that's like one of the few things that I've actually took the time to magnetize because I could not decide. But usually if I have my druthers and I have the option, I take shields with most everything that I can. Unless it's something that already has an invuln save, like just 1 wound. Sometimes I feel that's not worth like losing a ranged option or something like that. Like with the chaplain, Turmy chaplain. But with all my Lich Guard, I gave them all shields. Because I feel that, you know, the instant 50% durability increase with a invuln save is huge. At least that's how I feel. Oh yeah, with the big cleave or the little cleave. Yeah. It's very nice. It's one of those units where you can't let it sit back and shoot, and it's going to be tough to make it pay in hand-to-hand too. But that's going to be the thing that's going to be pushing your line moving forward, and you form around it. Well, the Eldar are so mobile though, you know. You don't really have to worry about forming a line too much. I don't know. Oh man, excuse me. Get sniffles. Yeah. If only you could slap an invuln save on it. Isn't there oh, you can put the spirit seer with it, and then that gives them feel no pain, doesn't it? So that's a good idea if you can. But then he's stuck with that one guy. It's usually better to put him with Wraithguard, I think. Since they can endure a good chunk. Warwalker. Warwalker is a good stat line, but I just don't like the look of it. I don't like its looks or its aesthetics, and so I almost always like gloss over it when I'm putting together lists and things mentally. Always just sort of like, but it's ugly. But I like its shtick though. Like it's the lore about it is cool, and the whole like that has a special series of defensive shields and things. I think that's cool. But I just wish it had a new model or a better model. But it's weird, I like the Viper, even though that comes from the same era, you know? Well, then again, a lot of the Eldar stuff comes from the same era. Which was around about the time when I stopped playing, really. Yeah, it's got such a good stat line. But to me, it's like, you know, no matter how cool the Wolfen are, or, you know, the Thunder Wolves are for Space Wolves, it's just too goofy for me. Because it's way more important to look good while you're winning than to win. Yeah, not expensive at all. It's a very strong stat line. I think we're almost ready. Well, you really did well with that bargain, though. Let's see. That's appreciable. Do you have anything else, or is that your is that all the Eldar you've gotten so far? There we go. Stay. I don't think I cleaned all of this, guys. I missed this spot. Oh, that's cool. I like the new Eldrad. He was one of the first figures I painted. I don't remember what the old guy looked like. It's very similar, if I recall, with his hand up. Oh, nice. That's good. I thought this peg might be used for something, but apparently not. It's starting to come together. Let's see. This arm goes in here. Does he have it raised that far? Oh yeah, he does. He has it raised pretty high. Yeah, I saw Eldrad and I just knew I kind of wanted to paint him because he had so many like nice little details about him. And I always like Eldar because they have all that, you know, like, not necessarily jewelry, but like the their armor and their cloak are usually inlaid with something. And I always like doing that for some reason. Painting that is peaceful. I think that's good. Okay. Now we need it. Oh, the cloak goes onto this guy's tail. And this goes into the stand. And this goes like this. Oh, there. That makes sense. Yeah, the Eldar were the first things I started collecting when I got back into the hobby. Just because I saw all the different things that like third-party people have done with 3D printed stuff. And I thought those were really nice looking. I'm glad that they're doing a bunch of new models this year for them. Give this a little bit of time. Oh yeah. Well, they haven't released, well, what was the last thing? The Dark Reapers, the Howling Banshees, did they do anything back then when those came out? And hey, Vanzig. Good to see you, as always. I'm still getting over my cold a little bit. I'm feeling great, but I just have the sniffles. Like I don't have any problems with anything, no aches or pains. There we go. I like that figure. I have to admit, I'm like really warm into the character models of the Necrons. There's one I got that I don't care for very much, or that I didn't get. Plasmancer or Psychomancer, one or the other. I did not get that guy. But the other ones I like so far. So now we'll do Orikan. Yeah. I think the last thing was the Yanari, the Incarn stuff. Those are the last new ones. Take this and toss it. Ah, Dark Eldar. When did the Incarn and all that, and Yvrain and those characters come out? This guy's a smaller base. All right. 1, 2, 3, 10. Phew. Excuse me. Oh, Asteriani Blade Host. What was in that? Wraith Knight, Farseer, Guardian. That's not bad. I mean, that's the other one. That's actually really good, because like a Wraith Knight now is about that price. Yeah. So that's like super good. I don't like the way the Wraith Knight looks though, which is kind of why I got a 3D printed. Here, hold on a second, I'll go get it. This guy. I like that better. I think it looks cooler. And also, like, I've got it so it's magnetized. Let's see, what else does he have? Got him with his blast guns or whatever they are. But I haven't done anything with them beyond this. I kind of like that. And this was like $40, I think, from Etsy. I just like the look of it better. It is kind of cool. There. Ta-da. But yeah, I just did not like the way that the regular Wraith Knight looked. But Eldar are like, right now I'm still like, okay, I need to finish the Raptors. I try to get things assembled as I can just to save storage. But like, all right, Raptors are still primary focus. Then Eldar and Necron are very close, you know, neck and neck. And yeah, I just don't like the small hands. The small hands on the Wraith Lord or the Wraith Knight. is just not too cool to me. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah. Need number 1. I don't like the small hands and the face. Looks, well, you know, they did make them look cool in the Dawn of War 3 trailer, though. I thought that was a really nice scene when they emerged during it. But other than that... Yeah, exactly. Let's see. So we've got 4, 5. We get 7. 7. Did I already get 7 out? Oh, there, 7. I was looking at it from the wrong angle. Looks like a bad head swap from, yeah. I don't know, it looks a little cartoony. I don't know. That could also be in part the paint job with that is on the cover, like, you know, the big red. It's that same hand, I think. Paint scheme. Yeah, you'd imagine that would be pretty simple for them to do. Because what there are 2 that are very close, like the 28mm and like 27.5mm. Although I imagine they phased out the 27.5. Yeah, it would make sense. And make our lives easier. But if it doesn't help the bottom line, they won't do it. Does he? I know, he like drastically overflows it though, doesn't he? Because I remember him having like all those pylons and things. But still, that is a nice figure. Or it looks kind of cool. When I was looking at him, I thought he'd be neat to paint. Yeah, I was looking at him, pondering for, you know, using him for Old World, and I was like, there's no way that that would work. There's no way that he would fit on a base, because they have him, like, they have Slan on a 50 millimeter, you know, 50 millimeter base. And I was like, no way. That would not set up well at all. Yeah, no chance at all. I mean, I made the default Slan that you get with the Seraphon box set. I made that work a little bit. He still overflows a little bit, but there's room enough for people if they're going to charge him or run into him. Oh, darn. That's not sticking. That they could fit in, like, sort of on his base and underneath it somewhat. But yeah. Oh, you could? You know, you probably could. Yeah, you probably could. For sure. Is that right? Is that right? There, that's right. I need to test this out real quick. Hey, Sentai. Yeah, just talking a bit. This is going to have to go on the back first, I think. I think it fits there. This does not fit very easily onto this. We were talking about the Eldar Knight. Oh, what Eldar do you have, Anzik? Anything cool? What'd you do? Is it going to make me cringe? Ah. Harlequins are cool, man. Death Jesters were like one of my favorite minis from way back when. I used to love those things. Avatar Kane is very good. That is perhaps my favorite figure. Yeah, they really did, Sentai. But hey, Vance, you probably had a unique army then. What would you do to the Wraith Lord? Let's get... Let's see. Oh, duh. I screwed this up. Come here. Come here. I forgot to put the neck part into this. Which is supposed to go here. Oh, so he's one of those, like, the, what are they called, homunculus things? I could see that. That poor Wraith Lord. But that was the old Wraith Lords where they were like walking eggs, weren't they? If I recall. I did not like them because, for one, their miniatures were hell to get to like glue and stand up and stay right, or at least I had a hard time with that. Talos, that's probably it. I did not like the metal one. They just were so hard to get to work. Okay, I need 6 and 12. Because they had like those long spindly legs, they're about that big, and little egg, and then all their spines, and their long ass arms. Yeah, I think maybe that's what I'm thinking about. The first gen ones then. I had one of those and I hated it. I mean, it did really well on the Game Boy because vehicles were awesome back then. But it was just such a terrible model. And they're like, oh, it's so graceful. You know, and it's like, no, it ran like, you know, Goofy from Disney. Because it was all just long legs and gawky and awkward. Yeah, when they broke all the time too. Oh, the one with the big face on the front, the big Joker face, that was a good, cool thing. I remember that from White Dwarf. Yeah, Games Workshop didn't care about, you know, physics or the fact that they had such a small connection point for such a large, heavy thing. Pinning back then was beyond me. I could not do that. Okay, and this goes on his cornicological area. So this is Orikan the Diviner. I have not read anything about his shtick or anything. I read about Imhotep and I read about Trazen, but not about Orikan yet. That's probably wise. I have not read The Infinite and the Divine yet, no. I know he's a rival of Trajan's, because I watched a video with Trajan talking about the history of, of the universe. And I thought that was a good video. And he mentions, you know, disliking Orikan. He calls him various names. Do they actually fight or just argue? Because I imagined the rivalry was, you know, more friendly than anything, but I could be wrong. Just that's the impression I got from the video. Oh, really? Well, shoot. Why do they try to kill each other? Just general rivalry? I mean, not like many people need much of an excuse in 40K to try to kill each other, but... That's weird. I wonder what this is. Ah, just general rivalry, probably. I remember in the video that I watched, Trajan mentioned something about Orikan denying him a trophy or something, which I imagine that would do it. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's a good foible for, you know, telling stories and having a character be able to be anywhere at any time. It's sort of like Spider-Man in Marvel. Spider-Man can team up with anyone, anywhere, for almost any reason because he's ubiquitous in New York. And he always has a reason to be somewhere. Even if it's a bad one. Oh, this plastic feels different. That's weird. Like has a little sandy texture to it. So you putting anything together tonight, Vadzig? Or just hanging out? Oh yeah? Returning Griffin. So did you tie him up with chains? I saw someone had put, in one of the White Dwarfs, they put Sanguinius's body as a standard for the front of their Chaos Land Raider or something. Oh, there you go, crucified. Nice. That's kind of cool. Poor Luan. Oh, I guess that goes in pretty easy. I'm not sure if I'm doing that right. Yeah, I think that's right. You won the emotional battle, and that swayed the tide. See, I was too much of a cheap bastard. I would not, like take Luan and waste him on a standard. I would need to make him. Oh, this is not fitting. I do something wrong here. I think this is right. This looks right. No, it's a little off, I think, maybe. I don't know. There, that feels better. I feel like a connection. Oh yeah, true. Cheaper. Yeah. I remember I did some sort of kit bash stealing the Swooping Hawk Exarch, not or Exarch, maybe the Phoenix Lord, stealing his wings for a Blood Angel model. If I'm recalling correctly. But that was also the time I was living near a Games Workshop, and they would often have like entire bins of just lead, pieces. You could go through it and just find pieces. the Emperor's, I could see that. The Emperor's Champion, he looks like just a Chaos Warrior with all that armor. And he doesn't have a lot of heraldry. Or the first one that I recall. With the big ass sword. Okay. This goes on the end here. Let's see how this is supposed to connect. Because it's supposed to go right here. But it's got a piece in the way. Oh, maybe it's sideways? Oh yeah, there we go. I think sideways. I think that's more likely. Look at the front. Huh. Oh, it's supposed to just go like that, I think. It doesn't feel like that's going to connect very well, though. Maybe that goes here? That corn does not care from where the blood flows. This doesn't seem to fit. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know if you can see, but this is supposed to go connect here. But this piece on the bottom doesn't seem to have anywhere that it fits. It sort of floats a little. And there's an indent on the bottom, but it doesn't seem like that fits or it's supposed to go in anywhere. I mean, part of me is just thinking of just chopping this off, or maybe it goes on top of it. No. I don't know. This thing is still not sticking entirely. On the picture, I don't know if you can see. Let's see. Too bright, maybe. Oh. So the picture, it's not very clear, but that's because the base is modeled a bit. I mean, all this is it does go upwards, it does continue the arc. But that little bit, I'm not sure. I might just chop it off. Maybe that is excess. I don't know, but it seems to be molded. It seems to be something. It looks like it's supposed to go on top of something. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop it off and make it work. Oh wait, no. It's definitely molded. Let's look. Yeah. There's something up here. I mean, maybe it's just supposed to... Yeah, I'm going to do every piece except for that, and then see, once I get it glued onto the base, and see how that fits. And then just run with it from there. See how that goes. Alright, there's a staff. Has another picture. It has a picture of it from another angle here. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Here's a piece. It's missing. This is the piece that's missing. He's got another piece that's supposed to go in between, I believe, or something like that. So yeah, I think I missed that. Ah, yeah, that's what I missed. That's supposed to be on this. So that makes sense now. Yep. So you're right, tactical rock. See, once again, save the day, Danzig there. I was going to call you Danzig. I think of your name as Danzig. And now I have to change it. Like mentally change it. That makes sense now. It helps if I, follow the directions. That really could have helped me out there. If I looked 2 inches higher, that would have been smart. Oh, then my music stopped. Check my music. Yes. Okay. Although I'm still going to save this one until I get the rest of it done, because this will be a little bit easier to put without the base to work off of. Because this feels like it's still floating there a bit. Alright, now I got to put together his little magic stuff. So he's got a little magical cube thingy. And this goes into it. Like this. Okay, little cube thing. There we go. And then this goes here. Yep. There we go. His magical rock. When you actually build this figure, he looks cooler than he does on the cover. I think just because I don't like the color choice. Because I don't like the big, I don't know, Dumbo ears. But the pieces of the figure look cool. Let me make sure I got that in there. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to do anything like crazy complex. I'm just going to do them with their old basic colors. But I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I don't mind this. I think it's the Zarek Dynasty. I don't mind that with the sort of bronze color. I'm not a fan of the blue, but I'm a big fan of the old, you know, silver and green. The silver, green, and a little bit of gold for the higher ranked ones. Alright. Alright, let's see if I can get this piece in there. Yeah, this should be much easier to put in there now. Oh, except he's not glued to the base, which that makes it a little bit more difficult. I just always figured like they wouldn't have many reasons for a lot of ornamentation, especially on the rank and file troops, because I figured they all have Wi-Fi anyway. You know, they're probably all talking constantly. Alright, there we go. It's done. Cool. Oh, let's see. Hi. Alright, him. And the Cryptek. Okay. Alright, let's get the Spydor done. And this can go in the drawer. The drawer of instructions. Oh, this is cool. He's got and in the bottom of his carapace, he has a whole bunch of little scarabs. That's pretty disgusting. And gross. Oh, he's got two different kinds of bases. I wonder why. I mean, it's got a hover base. We'll see. You know, it feels like my sniffles have finally gone away. Knock on wood. Oh no, this has different like things you can put on them, and different weapons. I'll have to actually look it up. So he has different kinds of melee and a gun. If I recall correctly, you can choose to put the gun on him. Just it's not like cost based. Okay. Oh, it says paint before assembly. No. Well, that's pretty cool though. If you look at that, he's got all the scarabs. Scarabs on the bottom of the carapace. That's really neat. I am actually tempted to hold off on this and paint them, but no. Impatient. Alrighty, 1, 2, and 25 and 24. This feels like an older kit. I wonder how old this is. Does not say on this. Oh wait, no, 2011. 2011. There we go. So yeah, a bit old. It's still weird for me to say, oh, 2011, that's ancient history. Alright, I need 24 and 25. It supposedly can have a gun or not have a gun, right? I'm recalling from like reading the Wahapedia entry. Like it has an option, you may give this a gun. And it's like, why wouldn't you? And I think it has 2 different melee weapons. I'm not sure, but that's my vague recollection of it. I have some other Necron kits, but they're bigger than these. And I wanted to get these 3 done first tonight. But I've got, you know, the Triax Stalker, I think, and some Wraiths to put together. And I should be getting Imotech in the mail next couple of days. And one other character model, I can't remember which one. I think a Chronomancer. I think that was the one that I liked the look of it. Did not like the Plasmancer or the Psychomancer. Any number of models can be equipped with 2 particle beamers. Any number can be equipped with 1 fabricated claw, with 1 gloom prism. Can you not have the particle beamers and a fabricator claw or something like that? Yeah. Well, then I won't worry too much about it. I'll just go for what looks cool. And trust in my opponent's friendliness and good sportsmanship to not penalize me too much. Cool, thank you. It's always nice for you to do the digging, Vanzig. I take advantage of you mercilessly in that regard. Yeah, I kind of like, you know, I think it would be better if you had to pay for these options, you know, but modeling wise, I think, yeah, it's kind of rough. But like if this was a computer game, I would want the options to be points based, you know? Does this have a front and a back? Yes. And of course, the part that is the front or the back is different. It does not have a marking. That can't be right. Yeah, there. Huh. See, that is cool that you have all these scarabs on the inside, but this is the completed model. And you can't see them. Oh, you can kind of see them from that one gap. Oh man. But I could get in there. Maybe I don't glue those pieces. Huh, interesting. Okay. Oh gosh, all of these legs are different. So you have to actually do these in order. Interesting. Sorry. So this glues onto the bottom here. It goes right there. Does anything go on the... Oh, you know what? I don't have to paint that. I mean, I don't have to glue that because nothing attaches off of that. So, cool. I'll just leave this off. Okay. Huh. What are the gun stats? And yeah, I mainly got this model just because I like the look of it. Okay, 13. So it looks like mainly a rapid fire, like anti-personnel weapon from those stats. Okay, D6 blast. Oh, devastating wounds, not bad. Strength 6, okay. So yeah, mainly like an anti-personnel thing. But that's not what you're buying him for. I imagine you're buying him for the repair and scarab aspect. Yeah, that's not bad. It'll be good for those big shooters. Huh. Are psychic attacks that common? I mean, is that big of a thing that you need to defend against? Or is the 6+ something that you're more buying for? Oh, that's good. I mean, you get scarabs for free with the warriors, so... I mean, in a box set. So I've got 6. Since I got 2 of those guys. Yeah. That makes sense. I remember I was looking through the army list and I was realizing that they don't have pariahs anymore. And like when I was playing Dawn of War way back when, that was like my favorite unit when you had pariahs out and killing stuff. They were very tough. Okay, let's see, 11. I just thought they looked cool because they were very, you know, human-like looking. And that was like their whole shtick, wasn't it? That they were half human, half Necron or something. Made from nulls. Oh, interesting. So they negate objective control. Huh. Oh, I did this wrong, I think. Wait, no I didn't. There we go. Okay. 14 is this back one. Huh. What damage do they do with the oh, there we go. You're on the ball, man. So D3 or D3 plus 3. That's not bad. You throw those at valuable and durable people. Oh. Yeah, I mean that's pretty good cost, you know, cost performance. Yeah, really. But how many of those do you need to be successful to basically pay for the unit? I mean, even though they get rezzed. Okay, now 26 and 27. Right here. Nope. Which way does this go? Where's the box? Ah, yeah, that's the front. Okay. Six was 80 points, Spydor 75, Lander 240. So Spydor 12 kick scales, yeah, maybe. I think the thing that you mainly get from it is that scarabs have like that innate sort of, you know, pseudo stealth, and that people don't want to shoot them because they know how cheap and nothing they are, you know. In essence, you always want to be shooting other stuff, but I guess they're not that durable though. But then they do get rezzed a lot, so who knows. Alright, let's see, next thing. Okay, here's his weird stuff. All their different things. Okay, so 6 goes in the middle too. Let me get that first. There. I think this is the crystal thing. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what? Something middle of the ground like Terminators? It might be worth it doing that too. But who knows? Yeah. I don't know, none of those rules sound like build worthy around, you know? Like a nice little thing to have there if you like the model. Or if there's some sort of buff you can get or something to build around. Maybe that. Yeah, true. But around back then, the warriors were the main thing too, since they killed everything. But then they had like, what, 9 units back then? Excuse me. Yeah. Well, I remember there was a time when the rules were structured. I think it was 2nd edition or was it 3rd edition, where just they had a chance to kill almost anything with one of their special rules or something. I mean, I know they technically have that now with mortal wounds, but there was something else. I never really played against them. I think I played against them once back in the 90s. It was back when the Catan were new. And were like the rulers of the Necrons. Yeah. Back then, I remember the meta was just lots and lots of warriors for good reason. Okay. Well, that was when they were basically trying to overcompensate for how good tanks were for the longest time, wasn't it? If I recall. Oh, that was the old system, yeah. 1st and 2nd edition, I think. So like if you had a strength 4, you could only damage 5 on 5s, 6s on 6s, and I think 7s was 7. Was 7 6, or could you just not hurt 7? Okay. And then nothing. Yeah, I remember the nothing. Because that's when we had troubles with the Eldar Avatar. Because he was one of the few character models that could get up to like toughness 8 pretty easily. I just remember it being infuriating to my Space Marine friend player whenever I bring the Avatar on board and get that toughness bonus. because it changed the entire rhythm of the game, where the avatar would go from just being something that could do a little bit of damage from range and then, you know, get in and kill a few people, to just basically controlling the entire front line. Alright. Now I need to get his gun together. Gene Stealers were super tough in 1st and 2nd edition. They were nasty. And I remember them making them so because of the Space Hulk board game. Because they had to be able to kill Terminators in 1 round. Yep. I remember for the longest time that they weren't part of the Tyranids. It was only when they had Space Crusade, the board game, that they became... the Gene Stealers became Tyranid, like, slave race. Or subjugated race or something like that. Let's see, 21. Ooh. I still remember their picture in Rogue Trader. Wasn't like they were now. It was like a leech. It had a leech face, or like a lamprey face with 4 arms. And it's clearly, you know, supposed to be the xenomorph from Aliens in the stat block and the flavor text. The games that were released back then, like the Specialist games, I remember them being very, very good back in those days. Like Space Hulk and Dark Future and Blood Bowl. Oh, let me see. A tanky Wraith Lord. Well, that was back when like every Dark Reaper had a missile launcher, and you got 3 of them, and they were pretty cheap. And back then, heavy weapons ruled the game. Like, it wasn't even close. Anything being able to lay down strength 8 hits. Yep. I remember their Exarch was so much not a Dark Reaper, though. He had those 3 skulls that he just threw around, which they were great. They're for killing people, but they weren't, you know, he's not a Dark Reaper thing. Although Mogan Raw came out later, and then that was pretty cool. Like one of my favorite figures back then. Because he was very edgy and skull-faced. Like the big thing for Marines was getting all of them to have melt-a-bombs. That was the main thing. Like that was the best expenditure of your points. If you're going to take tactical squads, you had to buy melt-a-bombs. Which way is up on this guy? Okay, this way is up. That must have been second edition. The Reaper launchers and such. Or later. Because I remember they just had missile launchers, like the stat line, with crack and frag grenades. That was the first edition Eldar that I recall. Ah, fourth, yeah. I think I stopped right around second. The release of second, that big red and gold box with the weird blood angels. They have something similar like that now, don't they? In the army list. Let's see. Face. Now claws. Hey Dewey, how you doing out there? So where the fires are happening right now? Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I think all these rest are just spare parts. I'll clip them now. Spare. Great. Yeah. It's so crazy. My wife used to have to fly out to California for work. And she went out and it was in Sevastopol. And she'd go out there and just every now and then they'd be out there and she's like, oh, what's that smell? And they're like, oh yeah, the forest is on fire. And they're just like, just took it in stride. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I might have to evacuate. Bummer, man. You know. It's crazy. But California is a nice place. So good food, weather. folks there are spoiled. Yeah, it's like, okay, mountains are on fire, guys. Okay. I always liked Oregon, you know, Washington, because to me that always felt like, with the large fir forests, it felt like prehistoric times. Like a giant sloth should be walking around. Oh no, Cali is wonderful. Like, just really, it is a close thing to paradise on Earth in a lot of ways. Yeah. Excuse me. My sniffles cleared up. I still feel a little draggy. I think after I finish this guy, though, I think I'll wrap it up for the night and go lay down. Still need to paint something. I've been feeling so low energy lately. Okay, gotta get this guy's face. Oh, excuse me. I mean, I lived for a time in Los Angeles. That was crazy. Visited, you know, San Francisco area, Northern California. I mean, the West Coast has some really lovely places. Not so much their cities, but like rural areas are really nice. There we go. Alright, I think I'm almost done with this dude. Spooky face. And then looks like these go here. There we go. I'm thinking, weird, he comes with this base, but he comes on a floaty. I guess maybe to give you the option? I don't know. There we go. Okay, well, I'm not going to glue this guy, of course. Ta-da! That'd be interesting to Google and look into. I'm sure they had a good reason. Let's see. My extra bits. Yeah, he's pretty cool looking. Scary. Paint that separately. It's alright. 3 Necrons for the night. I guess technically 4. Take the... Alright. Okay guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for hanging out with me and chatting with me. I always appreciate it. Okay. You have a good night. I'll see y'all later.